Rainbow Loomers! This is Michelle from Rainbow Loom, and for today's guest design, we will be making the Monde bracelet designed by Lumi Nadine. I apologize if I'm butchering the pronunciation, but Monde means world in French. This design has a very cute round appearance with some stripes going through the middle. I would consider this an intermediate level hook-only bracelet. In my opinion, the trickiest part is just getting started. Before we begin, let's learn a little bit about Lumi Nadine. She is a super creative bracelet designer who designs hook-only bracelets. She started looming in 2015 to 2016 and restarted again in 2025. By the way, the designs that you see on screen will be linked in the description if you want to check out Nadine's tutorials. She also has a YouTube channel, so if you like any of these designs and want to keep up with her work, then please subscribe and follow her on Instagram. And finally, thank you to Nadine for sharing this awesome design with us. Now let's go over the materials needed to make the Monde bracelet. I will be using Rainbow Loom's double-ended LumiLoom hook to make this bracelet. This LumiLoom hook is currently only available on the Rainbow Loom web store, but spoiler alert, the LumiLoom hook will also be available in stores later this year, so stay tuned. As for rubber bands, I will be using these from the AutoLoom Pastel Refill Kit on Amazon. This comes with the AutoLoom, which I already took out, and 11,000 rubber bands in different colors. There is also a neon version of this kit, which comes with a different AutoLoom design. This AutoLoom refill kit also comes with a lot of easy clips, and this will be my clip of choice for this bracelet. Let's quickly go over the band count. I'll refer to the green bands as the border color, and I used around 51. Today, I will be using this blue color from the AutoLoom Pastel Refill Kit. For the inner light green, brown, and pale yellow bands, I will refer to these as the stripe bands, and I used around 16. Today, I will just be using this yellow color for the stripes. So in total, I used 67 bands for this bracelet. My wrist is around 6 inches or 15.2 centimeters in circumference, so you may need more or less depending on your wrist size. Now let's get started making our Monde bracelet. I'm using my border color, which again is blue, for my first band. This will be our cap band, so place the band on your hook and twist it once. There should be 2 loops on your hook. At the bottom, there should be an X shape where the 2 loops cross each other. Next, we're going to place on a clip on the 2 loops of this band. I'm pinching the 2 loops together and sliding my easy clip onto the 2 loops. After placing on the clip, you might have to turn the cap band a little bit to see the 2 loops again. You'll want to have a clear left side and right side. If your hook looks like mine, then we can place on our second border band. Pull this through both loops on your hook. Then reclaim both loops of the cap band. Then, put the other side of the new band onto your hook. You'll sometimes hear people refer to this as closing, and that's what I'll say as well from now on. This new band is pretty loose, so use your finger to hold onto it, and make sure that the bands stay in place. Take another border band, and this one will get pulled through the first 2 loops on your hook, so 1 loop of the new band that we just added and 1 loop of the cap band. Then, reclaim the outer loop, which is currently the second one from your hook. So skip the first loop and reclaim the outer loop. Then close by putting the other side of this new band onto your hook. We're going to do the same to the other side, so we have to slide our creation to the other end of our hook. Make sure that the bands stay in order while you slide this over. After sliding our creation, check to make sure that your bracelet looks like mine. The second loop, currently from the tip of your hook, should be the other side of the cap band. If everything looks good, then we can add another border band. Again, pull a border band through the first 2 loops on your hook. Then reclaim the outer loop, which is also currently the second loop from your hook. So skip this first loop and reclaim the second. Then close. You should have 6 loops on your hook now that look like this. If so, let's add our first stripe band. I will be using a pale yellow band for this. We want this band to go through the middle 4 loops, but to make this easier, we're going to pull this band through the first 5 loops on your hook. Then we'll reclaim the middle 2 loops. Let's do this now. Pull your stripe band through everything but the last loop on your hook. When you reclaim the band, skip the first loop closest to your hook. Then reclaim the second and third loops. Skip the fourth loop and reclaim the final loop. Then close. We're going to rearrange the first 2 loops on your hook, so just move the second loop over the first loop. Make sure that the 6 loops on your hook look like this. Then take another border band and pull this through everything on your hook. Then reclaim only the stripe band, so the second loop and 5th loop currently from the tip of your hook. Then close. Congrats, you just completed the first section of this bracelet, and next I'll show you how to repeat this until your bracelet is long enough. Here is the band layout for each repetitive section of this design. We will use 4 bands per section. First, you'll put on 1 border band on each side of your bracelet. Then you'll add on the stripe band, and then 1 more border band. Okay, let's start our repeat section now. Take a border band and pull it through the first 2 loops on your hook. Then reclaim the loop of the border band, so skip over the stripe band and reclaim the second loop. Then close. Now we will do the same thing to the other side, so carefully move your creation to the other end of your hook, making sure that the bands stay in place. Then we can continue by adding our second border band. Pull it through the first 2 loops on your hook. Reclaim the outer loop, which should be the border colored band. Then close. There should be 6 loops on your hook. Make sure that they're in the right position. Then get your stripe colored band and pull it through everything but the last loop on your hook. When you reclaim, skip the loop currently closest to the tip of your hook, then reclaim the second and third loops. Skip the fourth loop and reclaim the 5th loop, then close. Rearrange the bands by moving the second loop over the first loop. For the last band in this pattern, pull it through everything on your hook and reclaim only the 2 loops of the stripe band. Then close. And congrats, you're now finished with the first repeat section. Continue doing this until your bracelet is long enough. I'll do this with you a few more times. Again, I have my 4 bands laid out on the side. Let's start this pattern again. Pull a border band through the first 2 loops on your hook. Then reclaim the outer loop. And close. Now carefully move your creation to the other side, making sure that the bands stay in position. To make this easier to slide, you can slightly lift up your bracelet. Now we will do the same thing to this side. So pull a border band through the first 2 loops on your hook. And reclaim the outer loop. Then close. Make sure that you have 6 loops on your hook. Then take a stripe-colored band and pull it through everything but the last loop on your hook. When you reclaim, skip the first loop, reclaim the second and third loops, skip the fourth loop, and reclaim the 5th one. Then close. Rearrange the first 2 loops, so pull the second loop over the first one. For the last band of this section, pull it through all of the loops on your hook. Then reclaim the 2 loops of the stripe-colored band. Then close. We have just completed another section of this pattern, Also, while you're making this, you can kind of tug on the bands a little bit to make them lay more evenly. Next, we will do one more repeat of this pattern together. I have all 4 bands laid out on the side again. First, pull a border band through the first 2 loops on your hook. Reclaim the outer loop. Then close. Carefully flip your creation to the other side, and we will do this again. Pull another border band through the first 2 loops on your hook. Then reclaim the outer loop. And close. Now take a stripe-colored band, pull it through everything but the last loop on your hook. Then when you reclaim, skip the first loop, reclaim the next 2, skip the following loop, and reclaim the last loop. Then close. Now rearrange the first 2 loops, so move the second loop over the first one. Then, for our last border band, pull it through everything on your hook and reclaim the 2 loops belonging to the stripe-colored band. Then close. That was another complete section of this bracelet. To end this bracelet, we're just going to place on an extra band, so just continue making this bracelet until it's long enough to go around your wrist. If needed, please use the chapters to rewind back to the repeat sections if you want to continue doing this together. I'm back and my bracelet is now long enough to go around my wrist. The last band I placed on was the last border band, so if you're also at this point, all you have to do is pull another border band through all the loops on your hook and close. Then we can connect both ends together using a clip. And now your bracelet is complete. Thank you for watching this tutorial on how to create this moaned bracelet created by Lumi Nadine, and thank you again to Nadine for sharing this awesome design with us. If you make this, please tag us at official_rainbowloom and use the hashtag rainbowloom so that we can see your creations on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. We also host weekly giveaways on our Instagram called our Loom Star of the Week contest, where you can win some fun prizes, so be sure to follow us there. In the description box below, you can find where to purchase your own Rainbow Loom products. We have so many kits available and there's honestly something for everyone. We are also selling some Rainbow Loom products on our TikTok shop, so if you're in the US, check out our store which has some exclusive bundles and deals that you can't find anywhere else. And again, thank you for watching this tutorial and I'll see you in the next one.